People on the East Coast are entering the recovery phase following Hurricane Florence. Many people want to help in any way possible, but it can be difficult to know where your donations should go. Here to help is Carlos Villalobos with your Better Business Bureau. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So, I think a lot of times people want to ensure that the money that they actually give, that the $10 or $20 or $30 I give goes directly, not to an organization to replenish their funds, but goes directly to the people. What's the best kind of ways to do that?
Well, first of all, you want to make sure that, the organization you're donating to has some type of on-the-ground presence in the affected area, because the last thing you want to do is donate to an organization and kind of like you were saying, they don't have really the staff or the capability to help those that have been affected. Second of all, you want to avoid paying a middleman. You don't want to pay an organization and they're just going to, the funds that they raise, give it off to another organization. You want to kind of avoid that middleman and directly supply aid to that organization.
So when it comes to finding an organization, what do you recommend? What are the best ways?
So, BBB has give.org. There we have a list of accredited charities where pretty much, gives you a list of charities that have been accredited, that have gone through a process to become accredited. That's a great place to start. If you don't know what charity you really want to donate to, don't have, a favorite charity or a charity that you donate to in the past before.
Now, obviously crowdfunding sites like GoFundMe, other ones like that, they are increasing in popularity, but they're not always, while they can be a good way, they're not always the best way, right?
And that's correct. And they definitely have those benefits. We've seen those crowdfunding sites, do great things, help people that are in need. But there's always a caveat there. And the caveat is if you're donating to an individual who you don't know, there's always that risk that you're donating to someone who may not use the funds how you were envisioning, and they might not use the funds at all. They might just take it from themselves and just run with it. So if you are going to be donating to through a crowdfunding site, make sure you donate to an individual that you know and you know how they're going to use that money as well.
Right, because we saw that with the homeless veteran who gave his last $20 and then the couple is being sued. So that can happen. Talk to us about fees though, because fees are another thing that people may not necessarily think about when they start donating. Some places take fees out.
Sometimes they will, take fees out. So it's just, I think it's another things to think about as well. Kind of going back to when you're talking about crowdfunding, I've seen as well. People try donating through Facebook. Well, I think there's a story of a California woman who said she was the wife of a fireman who was donating there, and it turns out that was a complete lie. She was just taking that money as well. So it's really about doing your due diligence and doing that research as well. And
going with an organization, an accredited charity is probably the best bet.
I think if you have a charity that you're comfortable with, that you've donated before, and you're comfortable with giving your money to them, stick with that one. Trust your gut, and if you don't know where to start, make sure you're doing that research, answering those preliminary questions for yourself. Where my funds going to go? How big is this organization? Is my money really going to be helping the people that need it? All
right, give us that website one more time.
You can go to give.org to find this information.
Very easy, give.org. Yes. Carlos, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back.